Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me borrow the car in this video. Toyota of Naperville is one of the largest Toyota dealers in Illinois, ready to find the right car for you. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2015 Nissan NV200 S. Up front is a 2.0 liter inline 4, and down below is a CVT. Now, I am super excited to be driving this NV200 for two reasons. First of all, I've never driven one before, but I've driven a lot of its opponents, like the Ford Transit Connect, like the Ram ProMaster City. And so we'll see how it stacks up to those vehicles. But the second reason is that I want to bring the most diverse collection of vehicles to YouTube. And so, if you can show me a channel that has a more diverse collection of car reviews, then I will form a huge insuperiority complex and probably slip into a deep depression. But what other channel shows you cargo vans and Rolls Royces and 1930s Fords and forgotten Japanese vehicles like this one? So today, we're checking another vehicle off our list and driving an NV200. If you would like to share your vehicle with me, any make or model, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. Quick and easy submission form, takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 2.0 liter under the hood, making 131 horsepower. Well, it's a very, very basic drivetrain. This NV200 is actually based mostly off of the Versa. And so that engine is actually used in other Nissan products, and so it's actually very friendly and tame and not loud or clanky like a lot of other utility vehicles. This van is also sold as the Chevy Express City. So kind of little fun fact for you there. Like I said, paired to it is a CVT. I don't love it. Nissan does not have a very good track record with CVTs. But so far this vehicle is doing fine. I would love to hear your stories with Nissan CVTs down in the comments below. Last but not least, this NV200 is front wheel drive. So how does it feel to actually drive the NV200? Well, this is really its shining moment because it's not giant. Because it's not built off of a crazy harsh platform, it actually is very manageable to drive. Now you might hear in the inflection in my voice, there is quite a bit of road noise, and that's to be expected because the back is completely empty. It's basically an echo chamber of my own sorrows and thoughts. So anything said is going to be just a slight touch echoey. But the steering is light, visibility is good, and it's very, very easy to drive. So if you're thinking of building a little camper, or you need something for your small business, and maybe someone driving, an employee, friend, brother, mother, sister, father, who might not be experienced with driving large vehicles, they're gonna be able to handle this really, really easily. The only downside is that it doesn't have a rear view mirror, but there's no rear window, so it would lead to nowhere anyway. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have two very simple gauges, the tachometer and speedometer. That's it. And I do have a little information readout to the bottom right. On the steering wheel, I actually get asymmetrical controls. I have volume, skip track, source, and phone options on the left, but nothing on the right. This vehicle does not have cruise control, and that's because this is the S. Now you could have gone up to the SV, got a few more bells and whistles, but this was the base model. This is the everyman tradesman version, and so no cruise control there. Off to the left, I do have a climate control vent, my traction control on and off, and a dead switch. And moving on to the door, I have my power windows. That's it. There actually are no power locks here on the NV200. Moving into the center, we do have a big shelf, which is really nice for paperwork or documents, anything like that. Down below, we have the radio. Very simple aux in and CD player, but that's about it. And we have two climate control vents off to the left and right. Again, more simple climate controls, where to send it off to the left, temperature to the right, fan speed in the center. Bada bing, bada boom, done and done. Then we do have the hazard switch and the shifter itself. The shifter's nice, it works. It's pretty plasticky and run-of-the-mill from Nissan, but exactly what I would expect. Then we do have a cigarette lighter, funny enough. Not only just a 12-volt outlet, but the actual physical cigarette lighter. And then we have the cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the NV200 and I am slightly torn because while the opening fully accepts the big friggin' bottle, the smaller point at the bottom doesn't, and so when I'm driving around, it rattles around, and it doesn't really hold it in. So, although it's large enough, it's actually too large. And so I have to give the NV200 a fail because it's too big. This never ever happens here on the Shooting Cars YouTube channel where a cup holder is too large. But today, the NV200 has surpassed that benchmark and it fails for being too big. Then we have this giant open cubby and our handbrake. And then the seats are cloth. They're a little hard. I would imagine on a longer trip, these would probably get a little tough. But this is a city truck. This is a city van. And so I don't think they really anticipated you driving very far, especially not giving you any form of cruise control. However, we don't have any back seats, but we do have the rear cargo container. So let's hop around back and talk about that. All right, around the back of the NV200S, and a couple of things to note. First of all, these are all manual locks as well. So if you own one of these, you have to go around and individually lock the doors. There is no central locking, so don't lock your front doors, walk away, and then your whole rear end is open. It's never good to have an open rear end. But door here, obviously, no window, close that, and then there's a little handle down here, and this opens up the second door. Now, I will hop in a second, close this up, but I do want to come around the side because it does have side doors as well. Again, on their own locking system, don't forget to lock these. Sliding door, just like that. Very nice to see. And then once we are back here, here is the back of the Nissan NV200. Could you fit a bed back here and some shelving? Yes, probably. This isn't going to be the most spacious camper in the whole world or work truck, but for the city, for little stuff, electricians, this is going to be pretty perfect. I don't really see anything really crazy to note about back here, but here it is, and there you go. In case you're curious what it was like. And that door obviously also opens as well. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and it's fine. It's fine. It looks okay. It's not gaudy, it's not super ugly, but they've made the same design since 2009. Now, the NV200 kind of gets a pass because it is a utility vehicle. This isn't something that families or regular people would own just for the heck of it. So the fact that it's really, really outdated is okay. Take a look at the Chevy Express van. They've been making the exact same since like '01. But it is very, very dated, and they still do make these today for fleet sales. But with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving a Nissan NV200S? Well, I really like it. I think the downsides are very obvious. The CVT, I don't love that, and in terms of owning a vehicle that I want to last forever, a CVT is kind of the opposition to lasting forever. The other downside is the very, very sparse controls in here. I get a radio and air conditioning, but those seem to be the only creature comforts that I get, which is fine for a utility vehicle, but again, my reviews of these types of vehicles tend to be somewhat popular with people who are looking to build their own campers. Van camping is very in right now, and so people are always looking for a base to start off with. And so that would be my big concern, is just transmission reliability and lack of features if I'm gonna spend hours crossing the country in this. But let's talk about the good sides. Well, it's very, very easy to drive. I think that's the redeeming quality here of the NV200, is just how easy it is. It's no more difficult than, say, a Versa, a Sentra, or any other small compact that Nissan makes. It's friendly, it works, and I don't really have any qualms about it. And that is the big redeeming quality. That's what I like. I feel like if I were to build a camper out of one of these and I were to toss the keys to anyone in my family or any one of my friends, I'm confident that they would be able to drive it relatively well. Now, it's a little weird to get used to just using side mirrors and no rear view mirror, and it's weird having a giant echo chamber behind you, but besides that, it's friendly, it's welcoming, it's not scary. And so if you have no experience driving large vans and you want to build a van, or you need a van for work or what have you, the NV200 is friendly and nice and won't give you the sort of trial by fire experience that some vans do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful on your van search. Hopefully this might be the right, or maybe it's the complete wrong choice for your company or pastime. Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me take out their NV200. I was so excited, honestly, genuinely, to drive this. Toyota of Naperville is absolutely awesome. We've been working together for almost 5 years at this point. They are so welcoming, so great. One of my favorite dealerships to film with, and they have great customer service, great staff on board, and I cannot thank them enough. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.